In the conventional food supply chain, a farmer grows the food, delivers it to the processor, and generally maintains the details of the transaction in a paper ledger. The processor does the same thing, transfers the food to a distributor, and maintains the details of the transaction in a paper ledger. The distributor delivers that food to multiple stores of Walmart, and from Walmart, it reaches our plates. At first glance, this supply chain seems perfect. Well, not really. You see, in the case of a foodborne disease, it becomes very difficult to trace back the source, as most of the transactions details are made on a paper ledger. Plus, every node in the supply chain is having their own isolated system for maintaining records, so it could take weeks or even months to track back the source. And since tracing back takes a lot of time, so to stop more people from getting sick, the only solution is to recall all of the food items from all the stores in the country, which leads to food wastage. In 2006, a spinach outbreak happened in the USA. When FDA announces the outbreak, all the spinach from across the country was recalled. It took FDA 2 weeks to trace back the original source, so no spinach for 2 weeks. Later, they found out it was due to one supplier who supplied that spinach. Apart from foodborne diseases, there is a high chance of food fraud. For example, let's say a farmer supplies a good quality product to a processor firm, but the firm replaces that good quality food with a spoiled quality food and delivers it to distributor, which reaches our plate. And since tracing back is difficult and takes a lot of time, it becomes very difficult to catch such people. To overcome such issues, Walmart has partnered with IBM and developed a private blockchain based system that will bring everyone in the supply chain to a common platform. It will require everyone to upload the details of the food and transaction into a single common system, which will enable Walmart to track the detail of a product in just a few seconds rather than weeks or months. To develop such a system, they have used Hyperledger Fabric. Hyperledger Fabric is a project under the Linux Foundation. It is a framework for deploying permission blockchain for enterprises. It supports modular consensus protocol, which allows the system to be tailored to particular use cases and trust models. Fabric realizes the permission model using a portable notion of membership, which may be integrated with industry standard identity management. The Fabric uses the execute, order, validate, update architecture instead of the traditional order, execute, update architecture. We won't go into details about how exactly it works. I have linked some great videos in the description explaining that. You can refer to them. So, from now, each node in the supply chain has to update the details of the food products and transactions into a common digital ledger, that is, the blockchain. So, the farmer will grow the food, delivers it to the processor, and maintains the details of the transaction in the common digital ledger. The processor does the same thing, transferring the food to a distributor while maintaining the details of the transaction in the same common digital ledger. The distributor delivers that food to multiple stores of Walmart, and from there it reaches our plate. The benefit of having such a system is that traceability becomes very fast. Since each product is uniquely identified and its whole journey from farm to plate is stored in a digital ledger, it only takes a few seconds to trace back the source. For example, Walmart did an experiment in which they were able to trace back the source of mangoes in just 2.2 seconds, which would have taken weeks if not months using a conventional system. So, now in case of foodborne disease, we can instantly trace back the source, thus eliminating the need to remove the whole batch of food, thus reducing food wastage and saving lives. Also, the chance of food fraud are reduced greatly as traceability becomes easy. Also, there is a great application of such a system in the future. You see, in the case of Amazon, when we order a product and on delivery, if we found it broken, we only review the seller and not the delivery service. The fault might be of the delivery guy also. But with such a system having the details of who is involved in the supply chain, we can now review all of them, thus maintaining the details of which processor or farmer or distributor provides good service, thus eliminating the bad one. By doing so, Walmart can make their supply chain robust and they can also sell this data to other companies at a good price if they want to. This all looks good, but a question arises: why use blockchain? Why not a centralized system? Since all this can be achieved using a centralized system also. Well, you see, there are two major challenges in a food supply chain: traceability and transparency. By implementing the above strategy, we can solve the traceability issue. But what about transparency? In the case of a centralized system, the data would be in the hand of a single company or a set of peoples to be more precise. The chances of corruption are high in the case of such a system. For example, a rich distributor can bribe an internal employee to change the data according to his goodwill. Or, in the case of food fraud, a company might change its data to protect its reputation. We can eliminate such issues by using a decentralized system, that is, blockchain, in which the data is immutable, thus building trust among people. Well, this is how people, Walmart, along with IBM, is using this genius strategy to overcome the issue of the supply chain, which, if they succeed, will be a game changer for them. I hope you liked the video. If you do, please share it and spread the knowledge. Thank you.